So today, Michael Filato of, if you could say this 5 times fast, Filato Full Throttle Leads. Is that right? Did I get it right the first time?
Full throttle Filato leads.
Yeah, I knew I blew it. Full Throttle Filato Leads. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Um, his nickname was Full Throttle Filato in the Air Force, correct?
Yes. Well, it's got a mostly Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
All right.
And for my skill.
So he's going to do a presentation today on, remind me, is it using automation for LinkedIn, email, general lead generation, correct?
Yep. Just some tips and tricks on doing automation for email, LinkedIn, and building roundtables kind of like this as well.
Okay. I'm going to put the timer on for 15 minutes. Do you want folks to chime in during your presentation for questions, or wait, or drop them in the chat?
No, just ask away. If it's not
Ask away.
interactive, it's not interesting.
Okay, that's good. But before we start, for the benefit of our guests, of whom we have, I think, 4 today, another person joining. Give me a sec. This is the Trusted Referral Network. We're a network of about 200 people around the country, all marketing services providers, mostly small, anywhere from independent solopreneurs up to agencies of around 20 people or so. We all have our own niche and believe that there's opportunities to network with other people in the marketing space who maybe offer complementary services, so we can partner, refer, collaborate, because we know it's become very fragmented and specialized, and bringing in experts for our clients is very valuable to helping both our clients and ourselves. Members come to meetings. I like to have them come once a month at least. Some are more regular. We have meetings 4 times. We have one every week, alternating between Tuesday evenings like tonight's and Wednesday mornings, which will be next week. And Wednesday morning is at 11 a.m. Eastern. And we try to have a showcase presenter, 15 minutes, and Michael Filato of Filato Full Throttle. That's
You know what?
Right?
You are so fired. You even gave me a couple leads, and you can't get my name right.
Anyway, is going to do the presentation. And we have open presentations coming up. Actually, we don't have somebody for next week or thereafter. So if you're interested in doing a presentation and you're a member, it's 15 minutes, an opportunity to showcase your work to 20 or so other members of the group and some guests. So you can sign up. I send out the sign up, but I'll put it in the. I send out the sign up link. It's on Sign Up Zone, but I will put it in the chat later. Also, everyone should add their LinkedIn or their TRN web link to the chat, and I'll encourage everybody to download that at the end of the meeting, so you have all that information. Of course, if you want to meet with somebody and you didn't catch their name or catch their information, you can always reach out to me, and I will let you know who it is if you could describe them well enough so I can identify them. All right, so I'm going to set the timer to 15 minutes. I'm going to, hold on, I'll give you the video camera. Where is this? Video settings. No, that's not it. Share, right? One sec. I'll give you the opportunity to share. Share screen options. All participants. So Michael Filato, take it away.
Great. Can you see it on the screen?
We can see your screen.
Sure. So My name is Michael Filato, Full Throttle Filato Leads, CEO, founder of a company that's been around for about 3 years. Spent about 25 years in selling software, technology, selling to companies like the NFL from a startup point, getting some big clients and helping them with the whole top of funnel. So today, I'm instead of going into kind of a sales pitch about Full Throttle and what I do and how I do it and trying to get leads from you guys, obviously I'd love to have that, but I want to just kind of talk about best practices for you to go out and look for automation, because looking for leads and doing it manually is not the way to do things nowadays. So I encourage you to kind of interrupt me as I go, because if there's questions, I'd rather hit them when you want to see them versus at the end of the call. So there's a lot of startups, a lot of solopreneurs, just like us, where we're all doing everything. We're doing marketing, sales, hunt. We're not spending too much time hunting. So really, the best thing to do is kind of outsource that. Either people do a virtual assistant, they'll hire a lead gen company like myself, or they'll actually have lead gen people like an SDR, sales development reps, or BDRs, business development reps. So definitely outsource. I'll put those types of duties to something not yourself, because you're the main subject matter expert. You don't want to be doing tactical things all day long. You want to be strategy. So really feed your sellers, your folks with sales qualified leads, SQLs they're called. If you have a top 30, you definitely want to go after those and set them aside and really be strategic about which ones you're going to go after. And the rest of them are like tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 type of accounts. You're never going to get to them unless you use some sort of automation. So what I'm doing is basically sending out 20 to 30,000 personalized emails a month to basically get, I'd say 10 to 20 very qualified leads. So I'm very much going into a filter and looking at intent data as well. So just realize that you do want to do account-based marketing, ABM, but there's tons of ways to kind of automate your tier 2, 3, and 4 approach. Any questions so far? So any questions, Michael, on the chat? No? Okay.
No,
so,
I don't see anything yet. Nope.
So there's a lot of people that go out there and buy HubSpot, go out there and get Yesware, go out there and even get Outreach.io. The problem with doing your own outreach is that you don't know what you don't know. And I was one of those people 3 years ago. I was sending out maybe 1,000 emails per day. I wound up getting, I don't know, like 10 different email addresses for TechMate, which is where I was. And so I was sending out, up 5 to 10,000 a week. And I got up to even 20,000 a week. It started ruining the domain because you can't, and Gmail started closing down some of the email addresses instead of Outlook. So you really got to have a way to do a subdomain approach, which means it's like m.fullthrottle versus fullthrottle.com, or use alternative email, email domains, and then having the email engineer set up the DKIM, SPF, and DMARC records, which is something you wouldn't even understand, nor still do I, but it's all these different records in the DNS for that particular domain that you have to be basically the email engineer to set up. So very important to use a separate SMTP server like SendGrid, connect it to the email sequencing engine, do A/B testing, clean the data, make sure it doesn't bounce, make sure it doesn't hit the spam folders and filters. Lots of things that you would know to do, because it's just not something you do every day. LinkedIn automation. There's a lot of LinkedIn automation tools out there. A lot of them will get you banned. They'll get you shut down. They'll get you put on a restricted list, prove that you're a real person. I've actually still have it. People send me, LinkedIn send me saying, are you a real person? Send us your front and back of your license. So that does happen, but you got to make sure you don't use fake profiles, and then make sure that you basically have an automation tool that looks like human behavior is running those particular profiles. So with my approach that I do, it's a platform that's built very well to pause and act just like a human, so it doesn't get you in that jeopardy with your LinkedIn profile. So email LinkedIn is very important, but you got to do it right. That's the gist of that story. A/B content, A/B testing, KPIs. Are you testing subject lines? Is your emails written to answer so what, who cares, why are you bugging me, how's this helping going to keep my job, versus here's everything that I do and let's talk. It's not the way you sell. It's not marketing emails to get meetings. It's how can you help them? Keep it short. Let's get a virtual cup of coffee is a very popular term that's being used right now that I use a lot. Making sure you have a 3 to 4 prong approach. Make sure that you're A/B testing the content, and make sure that you're trying to get someone on a discovery call so you could be prescriptive to what their needs are, not selling them in the emails. The emails are not there to sell your product. It's there to get the meeting so that you can get on the phone or get on a Zoom call. The last thing is, there's lots of platforms out there: Zoom, HubSpot, Salesforce. What do they cost? What's your end goals? How many salespeople are they? Do they integrate into your email engine, into your CRM? I'm sorry, into your pipe, into your data source. There's a lot of tools that don't, and a lot of tools that do. The last thing is this whole ChatGPT hype. It's very important to understand what it does and what it doesn't do. I actually have a cheat sheet that I use for ChatGPT and how to use it the best that you can ask for, in the chat, and I'll email to you. But I use it for content writing. I use it to find certain leads, and I also use it to basically, help me really pin down like the tone of the voice that I'm trying to go after. So that's kind of the range of tips and tricks around roundtables. I want to make sure if there's any questions, we go into that, and then I can go into kind of, how I deliver those types of solutions for you. So any questions from any of the team so far?
So Nathan asked, what types of software you use for the automation?
I use proprietary software it's kind of my secret sauce for Full Throttle. So it's kind of like a ZoomInfo. It's kind of like an Outreach.io. But necessarily I don't tell people what I use and how I do it. I just I'm a SaaS company, but instead of software as a service, I'm a service as a service. So I just made that up about a week ago.
Service is a service, or
Service
you're
as a
just a service.
Yeah, I'm just a
Now,
service.
there you go. Questions from the field. We have Michael's an expert in lead gen, automation for lead gen. I have a question. So how is AI making this easier for you, if at all?
It's just helping me decide what works, what doesn't. The ChatGPT is also great because it helps you determine what tone you should send it in. If you use the prompts, there's a prompt cheat sheet that I have that I use. Basically, learn how to use it the right way. If anybody wants this, it's a really good tool. This guy Max came up with it. I don't know how he made it, but it's been very useful in how to use a paid service version as well. So
Can you send or share that link to Max? It's Max Rascher, Rascher, is it?
yeah, just LinkedIn with me and send me a message saying you want it. That'd be the easiest way. This is on my deck, so that's kind of
Very cool.
said that now. As far as how I look at this is that there's mostly no way for you personally to send out a decent amount of messages a month to basically get you 10 or 20 meetings. So whether you're a solopreneur or not, there's turnover, there's time where you should be spending strategizing. There's your clients that you can refer to me that I have actually paid Michael a referral fee, and I appreciate that. So I could definitely, if I charge $5,000 a month to do lead gen, that's $500 just for an introduction every month. That's $6,000 a year just for an introduction. And
yeah, Michael, that should go to, not to me, to whomever gives you the lead. That's in this group.
Yeah. Right. But I'm gonna say in this case, Michael, you actually gave me a lead.
I did.
Right. But that's why you earned that. But
right.
Anybody that gives me that lead, it goes to the person that referred it to me. I pay it within minutes of me getting the money. And I always charge in front of each month. So it's not like you give me a lead and then 30 days later you're waiting for your money. Usually I get the money within the first couple of days of the contract signed, and then I send that through Zelle or PayPal, whatever. fits your role. But I could give you a version of the stack. You can pull things out and use it for your clients. You can private label it, white label it, whatever. But the realistically is, how do you send enough emails out and do it safely? How do you do enough LinkedIn daily? No one can really send out 250 emails a day for free without paying Sales Navigator like massive amount of money. Because they only give you, I think, like 100 a week or 100 a month. You have to find an email engineer that sets this up. Very hard to find that person because it's a very specific skill. And then having someone like myself that has 25 years of sales experience that knows how to write the content and get them going. That's kind of where this whole $5,000 a month comes in. If someone
So Michael, we
doesn't have
do have a question. We do have a question from David Libby. Who specifically would be an ideal client or introduction for you?
it's companies that are growing. It's companies that are trying to figure out how to do lead gen. Probably, I mean, there's a lot of companies that have a whole platform, but they don't even know how to do LinkedIn automation. So some cases I'm doing email, LinkedIn, and roundtables, which is very similar to what we're doing here. I do roundtables built for that particular company, so you can just draw your clients in. So this is more of a networking group where we build a networking group specifically for your industry. But it's one that it could be anybody that's B2B really, if that's answers the question. If
Can
it's
you
like
describe? Can you just sort of list, not the names obviously, but the companies you work with now? Are they lawyers? Are they whatever? I mean, what types of?
It's SaaS companies, software companies, marketing services companies, SEO, SEM companies. It's lot of software companies, a lot of tech companies, services. Lawyers are a little bit difficult because a lot of times you can't advertise for them because they have their certain rules that they go by. But it's ones that actually just need to communicate better. It doesn't have to be necessarily lead generation. It could be like, I need to send out 1 million emails a month and I have no way of understanding how to do it safely. Well, I know how to automate LinkedIn and emails, so I can send, whether it's sales or communication or newsletters, I know how to do it.
Interesting.
For companies that go ahead.
That's interesting. I didn't know you did that. So that's something unique as well. So even if it's not lead gen, if it's sending out large numbers of emails.
It's even recruitment. Like, I need to hire 10 salespeople. Well, wouldn't you want to hire 10 salespeople from your competitor for hire recruiter at 20,000 per person hired? I know how to source people. I have a recruiting background. The crawl walk run approach to this is, hey, I can't afford 5K. I'm a solopreneur. Can we just crawl walk run? Well, I can do LinkedIn for you for about $3,000 a month and set up 2 profiles. I use my wife's friends, my kids' friends, because they're real people. They don't necessarily need to work for me, but I could send out 250 messages a day. I send out about 500 a day right now. If your biggest thing is join groups on LinkedIn and join and attend events on LinkedIn. Once you do that, you'll see that you could message anybody in that group and anybody in that event. So you could do that manually without Michael Filato helping you. But if I could scrape that list and send out 250 a day, do you want to press buttons all day? Or do you want to make money all day? That's the biggest difference. So
we have just about a minute left. Any more questions for Michael? Let's see. Did anybody drop any in the naming? Rajiv, you said naming. Can you share an example? What do you mean by that? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Clinton Barnes said he offers naming services. That was response to that. Anybody have any other questions for Michael? Okay. Well, we're down to the last 40 seconds. Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, just easiest thing is to reach out to me. I have I guess in the chat, I have my booking link as well. If you also want to get free PR, there's a place that I use called Pelican Media, Daily Ad Brief. There's a guy named Maverick, Maverick's Universe. There's plenty of ways to do these podcasts and blogs as well. But if you want to reach out to me in my calendar, my deck, and my I have a round table tomorrow. If you guys want to attend, it's at 11 o'clock. And there's about 100 and something people come to that one. So yeah, feel free. I'll put the round table link in there as well. And then I'll be doing a weekly round table as well as just for kind of just to talk about revenue. So that's going to be a weekly event from now on. That's about
That's
it.
great. Thank you so much. So we do have a large crowd today. I just put in the chat everybody's name. If your name is not there, let me know, because that means I don't have you in the list, but everybody should get their minute and a half. And we'll start. So everybody's going to do a minute and a half intro. You know, what's your specialty, how you can help people, what you're looking for, and anything in particular that will help people remember you would be really great. So, sorry, Leslie, if you're not on the list, I'll add you there. So we'll start with, let's see, so it would be John Parsons. So I will, if everybody would go on mute, I'm going to put it in the speaker mode so that only the speaker shows up. That would be great. And John, take it away.
Thanks, Michael. John Parsons with Into Ideas. We're a video marketing studio. We provide affordable video, written, interactive content. Our ideal referral is an agency or their clients who need effective marketing content on a budget. We have to cut costs on video in particular. And I'm usually in the habit of giving a video tidbit in my minute and a half time I'm allotted. But the good news and bad news is I'm so busy, thanks in part to TRN folks and thanks to the David Livy fan club that I joined. We're just so darn busy that I didn't have a chance to come up with a clever thing to say. So no share today, but anybody who would like to reach out and have a conversation about video or ghostwriting, because I do that too. I put my stuff in the chat and you can sign up, connect on LinkedIn, do whatever. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And you've become somewhat of an expert in AI because of the books you're writing for other folks now.
I'm writing my second book on AI as we speak. So yeah.
And are either of those about AI for marketing?
No.
Completely?
The first one was AI for business, for business growth. The second one is also general, but my author is taking a completely different tack than ChatGPT. If he's successful, ChatGPT will be in our rearview mirror in probably a year.
Wow. All right.
Thank
you so much. Nathan Siegel.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So my thing is working as a ghostwriter, taking your ideas from concept to completion, finished book. The number one thing I've been doing is something called How to Position Yourself as an Expert in Any Industry. And the way it works is that, let's say one of you said, I'd like to do this. And I would say, okay, number one thing you need to do is write down the 5 to 10 top questions that your prospects are asking you. Then I'd ask you to write down 2 to 3 bullet points of actionable steps that your prospects can take to solve their problems. And then after that, I'd ask you to send the list to me. I'd go back and forth with you about the list. And once we're both happy with it, I'd get on a call like this. And I would interview you for the content. It'd take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. I record it, transcribe it, edit it, maybe use a little bit of ChatGPT in there for a little bit of flavor. And then when it's all done, I send it back to you for your comments. You tell me what you like, dislike, what it might be missing, what it needs. I go back and forth until it's right. Then I ask you for any testimonials you might have. Add your biography, create a call to action. And then I go to Amazon and I set up a Kindle book, print book, PDF for you with all the marketing, your covers, everything else. And because I'm acting as a ghostwriter, all of this is in your name, nothing to do with me on the books. And I signed a non-disclosure agreement to that effect. So once the book is done, and I'm Amazon, you can sell it, of course. But what I recommend that you do is you give away the PDF book for free to your prospects. And when they see that you've solved some major problems and you haven't asked for an order, they're far more likely to want to do business with you. And the reason why is because you're triggering the reciprocity effect. And so there's very, very good chance that they would want to work with you. So the offer that I put out there to any of you here who would like to learn more about how this works, sit down with anybody who wants to learn an hour, work on an outline together. And that's it. Oh, and I'll put my details in the chat here.
All right. Thank you so much, Nathan. Sam Leibowitz, you're up.
Awesome. And I just had a meeting earlier today with Nathan. He was wonderful to connect with. And I just want to ask a question. Is anyone else getting wigged out by Rajiv's avatar over there? It's kind of fun, Rajiv. Sam Leibowitz, talkradio.nyc. We're an internet radio station. What is that? We're a done-for-you solution for somebody who wants to have more visibility online. I love connecting with marketing people because you guys know you need raw material. You need content to work with. We are a content generation machine. We don't just do audio, but we do video, and we simulcast out to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and now Twitch TV, and we can simulcast out to a bunch more as well. One of the things that makes us really unique is because we're not a podcasting network, we're a radio station. We do everything live first. So our shows are all live, weekly 1-hour shows, and then we record them while they're live, and then the recording goes out as the podcast. We've been in business over 13 years now, and one of the things I'm really proud of is my hosts, that they're all really gotten this idea of that by working together and supporting each other and shouting out each other's shows and cross-pollinating, cross-promoting, we all do better. So our brand is to uplift, educate, and empower our audience. And I put my information in the chat. Happy to connect with anybody. Always looking for collaboration and ways we can support each other. Thank you.
Timing, right on the nose. Okay, a guest, Leslie Blau Berlin. Leslie, take it away.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for inviting me, Michael. I have this business, Digital Creek. It's a web design agency, do graphic web design. It's digitalcreek.us, not .com, digitalcreek.us. And my specialty is helping small solopreneurs or websites, or even bigger corporate companies who have like a really dated website and they know something's wrong. They just don't have the skills to revamp it. And when I start with it, I'm really heavy on the design, so I help with the rebrand, and but I could take it all the way to development, and I usually use WordPress for development. And I'm looking to partner with since I'm a solopreneur, there's a lot involved with web design, so I do have a network of like videographers and content writers, photographers, SEO specialists. So this kind of group would be helpful for me. And so presently I'm trying to focus on health and wellness field, but I'm open to anything. And I'm coming from a background of ad design. So right now I'm working on an ad. Like I do that too. I do work on an ad for like a pet food company, which apparently is a big field. So looking forward to meeting you guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us today. All right, Roger Brooks.
Hi, everybody. First, let me take myself off of mute. As you can see from my background, one of my passions is the wine industry. So I have 3 targets as a market research consultant, the wine industry. Startups, I'm working with a couple right now. One has invented a dog collar, an AI-based dog collar. So they need to do some good research to encourage investors to fund the company. So get some hard data to support the new product. And then the other company I'm working with is they have a new acne product. So almost any startup is a decent candidate for me to work with if they have a new product that they want to launch and get some hard data to seek funding for. And then the final category for me is our nonprofits. I did some cool work with a nonprofit over in Napa last year, which was a lot of fun. So great partners for me. These are internal clients. When I was in the corporate world, when I was at LinkedIn, the worldwide brand team was a key client. When I was at YouTube, their product team was a key client. And then management consultants are an actual client of mine too. So, and anybody who's a creator. So a lot of research that's done is in the area of content or copy evaluation, another field that I have some expertise in. So would love to chat with anybody.
Thank you so much. All right, Henning.
Yes, thank you, Michael. We help companies grow their sales leadership capital. And we think of sales leadership capital as a currency of influence that is based on relationships, integrity, trust, and that's necessary to inspire confidence in buyers, that helps companies close deals faster and drive revenue growth. And like most invest to be built, to grow, and that's often investment in people. And so we help companies grow their sales leadership capital by matching them with a sales leader that will build, improve, and transform their sales strategy and ultimately increase revenue. We have three pillars to our business. One is our proprietary perfect match system that identifies the ideal sales leader matched on the business requirements. The second one is a flexible process whereby a client chooses the sales model that meets their needs today, and that can transform and change as the company grows. And so that could be an assessment, it could be coaching, it could be developing a playbook, hiring people, running a sales team. It could be full-time, it could be part-time or fractional. Very flexible in the approach. And thirdly, we help companies onboard this sales leader within days because we operate off a pre-vetted roster. Currently about 650 pre-vetted sales executives on our roster. And our clients tend to come from all industries, but they have in common that they're smaller, anywhere from pre-revenue to about $15 million in revenue. That's where we find our clients. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Okay, Mark Harry.
Mark Harry calling in from Vancouver Island this week. I'm in on a little vacay destination wedding for my daughter on Thursday. So I'm super excited. I got a question for you guys. In the last networking event that you've been involved with, what did anyone ever ask you this question? What industry sends you the most referrals? Has anyone started off a conversation in a referral discovery call? Well, if there's synergy, why not? Why not ask that question? I do all the time, and I'd love to meet people one-to-one. I love to talk, and I love what I do for digital marketers because I am a white label provider for SEO companies. That just simply means I do the SEO for the SEO companies. Being behind the scenes, I have to make them look good. I tell people I have one job, make these digital marketing companies grow and look good. And so if you know a digital marketer, that is the big ask that I have. And I'd love to meet with you on a one-to-one, and let's go ahead and schedule some time. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Your daughter's getting married?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
On a little beach here where I'm located.
Congratulations, Mark.
That's great.
I know. It's super exciting.
That's great. Randy Seif.
Yes,
Did I get it right?
correct.
Seif.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Randy.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Joni. So I'm a strategy and creative team in one, basically. A lot of industry expertise in fashion and lifestyle, specializing in design, branding, product development, really building purpose-driven brands from concept to completion, from start to finish and everything in between. I bring a holistic approach for a cohesive brand experience, connecting every touch point. So the design, the branding, the marketing, so that it's all one cohesive presentation for the brand. And while doing that, aligning with a deeper purpose for social impact, because customers will align with brands that they feel share the same values that they do. And so when you align with these areas of impact, you end up attracting those customers to your brand, and they become fans for life for you. I also have a personal passion for sustainability and solutions towards circularity. So that is also a big thing for me, is to align any brand or business that I worked with with sustainability and doing things in a circular fashion, while leveraging collaborations for product innovation and communicating the brand story and bringing their personality to life. So that's
Wonderful.
storytelling, building community, product innovation, etc. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us as a guest, Sharon Rahmanian. Romanian.
Thanks, Michael. Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon Romanian. I'm the founder and CEO of OneSource Labs, which is a user experience research firm based in LA, but we work with large, like Fortune 500 companies, large global digital advertising agencies and consulting firms globally. We conduct all types of research that have involve the end user. So like qualitative one-on-one types of task-based research. We also conduct different types of quantitative research, field studies, diary studies, navigation, content finding. The majority of my clients, as I mentioned, are Fortune 500 companies. I know most people in the networking group are not really that, but if you have connections, and we do have a referral fee as well. We work cross-industry, cross-vertical, a lot of experience in automotive, travel, hospitality, tech, telecom, e-commerce, like pretty much everything. And we also have a lot of experience with improving the user experience on the intranet side for employees for larger firms. I'm going to post a link on to my website and also my LinkedIn, so you can get more information and find some sample projects and clients there.
Well, thank you so much. Clinton Barnes, a new member.
Yes, hello. Hi. Well, I was going to say welcome to myself. No, that's weird. Anyway, nice to meet you all. Yeah, so I'm a brand strategist. So, similar to Randy, except I'm not personally a designer. I reach out and hire designers and scramble a team together. So I create brands, new brands, or fix up tired brands. So that's who I'm looking for, and usually in a B2B sort of technical space, because I find all that boring stuff sort of interesting. So I enjoy working on that. That's about me. Good to know about a researcher as well, Sharon. I always love to get some more research to bolster my branding. So I will definitely look to connect with yourself and Randy, and who knows, we might be able to collaborate on something. I don't know. But yeah, nice to meet you all. And yes, Rajiv's screen is very distracting.
Rajiv, you may have to change that. All right. Clinton also has a great experience working in the fintech and financial services space, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I've done all that. So Michael's got to promote me. Sorry, I'm obviously not doing a good job myself. Yeah, I recently worked for Goldman Sachs and Bank of America before that. So a few fun financial services companies.
If you can make them exciting, you could do anything, right? All right. James Heaton.
Hi there. James Heaton, CEO of Tronvig. We're a boutique brand strategy and advertising agency. I want to talk about not virtual for a minute. After 4 years, I went back to the American Alliance of Museums conference, which was in Denver, and met up with 4,000 other kind of museum people. And it was phenomenal to kind of have the serendipitous opportunity to have conversations and engage with people sort of person to person, particularly in that lateral, interstitial, unplanned way. I came away from that conference and am about to close 2 deals with 2 of the most preeminent museums in the country. Doing, interestingly enough, not our regular stuff, but actually organizational alignment, helping them sort out the mess that some very prominent branding firms left for them. Global recognized names, and they have a kind of implementation disaster that we're going to help them sort through. So it's a great scenario. Someone that's been worked over by the likes of Landor or Lippincott or Pentagram in this case, and doesn't know where to go after they've been handed a brand that doesn't really have an implementation strategy. And the assignment of some brand czar or something within the organization to figure it out is not, in many cases, going to work. So what do you do? So there's a perfect scenario. I love this work. I've done it for organizations ranging up to about 15,000 employees. Most museums are more in the 100 to 1,000. Both of these organizations with 1,500 employees. So they're some of the largest museums in the country. But if you have someone who's been served by a prestigious brand firm and has this brand manual or voice manual and doesn't actually know what to do with it in terms of operational practice and behavior, we're a good fit. Again, James at Tronvig.
And Mark Iorio? He might be somebody to talk to because do you know Mark?
No.
He's a member of the group. His company's called BCAT, BCAT. I'll introduce you. He's got an interesting tool for aligning brand with culture.
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
Kendrick Reinsch, a guest.
Yes, hi there. Pleasure to be here, guys. Nice to meet everyone. I'm Kendrick Reinsch, and I'm a sales director at TrueFit. We are a software design and development company that specializes in creating new software products for everything from well-funded startups all the way up to enterprise-level companies. We've been in business 26 years and have worked with such large companies as McDonald's or Mitsubishi Electric, and also smaller startups that you may never have heard of in a variety of industries. We don't specialize in one vertical. We care to fintech, to wellness, to pretty much everything under the sun. I think one of the big things that differentiates us from other software development companies is that we are entirely based in the US and we are entirely in-house. We're the people you pick when you want to get something right the first time and you don't want to end up going offshore and potentially losing a bunch of money, trying to save money by doing software design and development somewhere else. So the kind of clients that I look for typically are going to be, again, startups that have revenue or some level of funding behind them. They might have had a Series A because candidly, we're expensive because we're good. So it's one of those things where if you know someone who's looking to create a mobile app or a web app or needs help with their tech team, I might be a good introduction for that.
Thank you. Stacy Tall, another guest.
Thanks so much. Hey, everybody. I'm Stacy Thal, and I am a fraternal triplet of Randy and Clinton. I believe that we're all brand strategists, but my particular spin is that I am an MVP brand strategist, most valuable player, I hope, but minimum viable product that I've figured out over the last 20 years how to create a system for helping well-seated startups and business owners get to their foundational brand strategy quite quickly based on my 20 years of experience in household names like Google and Walmart and Yahoo, and earning every one of these silver, not gray, but silver hairs doing that. I'm passionate these days about harnessing all that fantastic experience I got and bringing that to bear for worthy startups and business owners who are looking to break through all the noise. So that's my ideal client. I am part of the secret sauce that I bring is that I am industry agnostic, and I've done from wellness to fintech and everything in between, and love it all, and can bring all that to bear for my clients, just having all that great company with smart people in different spaces. And I'm DTP, I'm down to partner as well, especially with CMOs. If you know some who could use some help, or if there's some on this call. Thanks.
You, and it's Stacy Thal, TH, not T. Okay, wonderful. I will try to remember that. David Libby.
Hey, everybody, I'm David Libby with twopins.com. We're a public relations agency for business-to-business B2B technology companies. That's all you need to know about that. Just go to www.2pinz.com. Good for you. We pay referrals, right? This is the trusted referral network. So we pay 10% of every referral we close and for a year. A little bit hard for me to juggle it, but quite a good juggler. Actually, way back when I actually represented the circus, but that's a different life. On ChatGPT, just want to give you all a quick tip since I have some time left. I also have been using Bard, Google's Bard, because Google's Bard actually indexes information past 2021. It also reads websites and it pulls content from websites. I also subscribe to Notions AI, because Notions AI actually does a really good job summarizing, aligning. So it's incredible. I write. Thank God, I laughed and James. All right, that's it for the David Libby Comedy Minute. Back to you, Michael.
Thank you. My internet is a little bit unstable, but so far so good. Victor Lee, take it away.
Michael. Hi, everybody. I think to kind of follow up what Stacy was saying, it's great that there's so many content creators, brand strategists, and messaging experts on this call, because that's exactly the sort of people that we're looking for and that actually we've been interacting with. So one of the problems that we're trying to solve using ChatGPT, because AI is obviously a constant theme here, is, I think everybody agrees in the marketing space that storytelling is really critical to good marketing, right? So that's item number one. Item number two is most people are terrible at it. If you go to a website and the first thing you see is an explanation of how the product works, and with no ideas like who it's for, what it does, and what problem it solves. But problem number three is that most people, become emotionally attached to their websites. They don't want to hear that it's not good. So using ChatGPT, a scoring system that'll assess the storytelling capability of a website from 1 to 10. So we are working with agencies, content creators, messaging strategists to reach out to their clients. So I think James brought us to a prospect, James Heaton, that is. Mark Hare has made some great introductions. We've had conversations with Leslie, with Joan, with Rajiv, with Roger, upcoming conversations with John. And if there's anybody else who'd like to have a chat about how we can help build your business with our scoring system, let's connect. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Timing. All right. We're going to be down to the wire here. Rajiv.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. So today I'm going to be talking about my SaaS product, Lily Launch Tools. So this is the startling fact that every day of delayed launch costs a pharma or medical device company between $1 and $13 million a day. So I'll say that again, for every day of delayed launch, the company loses $1 to $13 million a day. $1 million to $13 million, not $1. So the product that we've developed, Lily Launch Tools, helps you launch better, faster, and smoother. Case in point, the methodologies within help a pharma company achieve $1.3 billion at launch. And also the methodologies inside helped for us to develop the world's largest product launch for Unilever, which outsold its previous targets month on month for both wholesale and retail. I'd like to share my screen if I can to show you guys a new commercial that we developed. It's a very brief commercial, Michael, so I'm pretty sure we'll be good on time.
How will I get everything done on time? I need to prepare for a senior management presentation on our launch process. Where is the information?
So many Excel sheets to look at. Why can't it all be in one place? Get your product launch back on track with Lily Launch Tools. Launch better, faster, and smoother. Start for free today at lilylaunchtools.com/signup. No credit card needed.
We got to cut you off there. Leslie, Leslie, can you make it? You've got, you want to jump before Joni? I think she's got to jump off. All right, Joni Abraham.
It's okay. I just had to open a window and I can introduce myself next time.
Okay, go for
ahead,
it.
Johnny.
Or next time? Okay, Joni, go ahead.
No problem.
Joni, you there?
She's on mute.
Abraham, you're on mute. Take yourself off mute, Joni.
Hi. Hi, everybody. As I started to say, most of you know that I am in the content creation business, creating 30-second, 40-second stories that run daily and social media channels. The stories are designed to be entertaining, yet they're the voice of the client customer. So they're written specifically for each client. They're very clever and cool and help build brand communities as well as increase product sales. My particular clients are middle market retailers, fashion brands, lifestyle brands, anybody who has a product to sell to the consumer market. I am desperately looking for brands that would like to be launch clients with us. We have a very special rate. We need data. It's a very innovative product, so we've had a little trouble finding clients, but the one client that we've started with loves what we've done for him and how we have positioned his brand as a sportswear luxury product for men geared to the Hispanic market. I also want to say real quickly about Randy, who sold herself short. She is in sustainability deeper than anybody that I know, and working in the fashion industry not only creates the fabric that the products are made from in a sustainable fashion, all the way to the hangers that the products hang on. So she is very ingrained in that world if you're looking for those kinds of services. Anyway, I'm a white glove service. Anybody who refers somebody to me, 15% for as long as the client is with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, I'm going to give myself the minute and a half. I hope my bandwidth is strong enough. I think it's a little bit weak here. But my name is Michael Bendit. My core business is representing software development teams for building marketing applications and startup applications, or applications for startups and small companies. About 70% of what we do is for marketing. So it's websites, it's mobile applications, it's e-commerce sites. And I have a dozen teams that I represent. So it's really, we have a broad range of capabilities and we can work with a lot of different budgets in that I have teams that work offshore, dual shore, and of course, domestic. As you know, domestic is going to be the most expensive, but there's ways to save money with dual shore and offshore options. And we love to work with and collaborate with agencies, digital agencies, and designers who don't always have the technical skills in-house to deliver on the project come their way, either because it's a unique type of or something they're not familiar with technically, or they just don't have the bandwidth within their team to do the work. I'm going to use my last 20 seconds to reemphasize that the new version of the Trusted Referral Network website has finally launched. You need to go, if you're a member, go to your listing or sign on. You may have to hit the forgot password to get it to restart. Go to your listing, check it out, see if you want to tweak it. I will approve your changes. You can also, once you log in, you will see, you could search for other members by their first name and their last name. And everybody is getting, I guess, re-upped for a 3-month trial for a standard subscription or standard membership. After that 3 months, you'll get a bill, or you'll be required to pay a $360 annual membership fee. You could up that. There are upgrades beyond that, but I recommend that folks start with that first one, which is basically what you have now with your free service. So thank you so much for all of you coming, for our guests. If any of our guests are interested in joining, please reach out to me and we'll set up a call and I'll tell you more about the network, and we'll get you going. So I'm going to close it up. We're a few minutes past the hour now. So thank you again all for coming, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Bye, guys.
Stay in the chat, everybody.